Good morning. It is Monday, January 27th, and this is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. The Lions squandered a 17-point halftime lead last night. More on that in sports, and Dr. Ray Guarendi will explain why calling someone toxic isn't a good idea. But first, your local weather and this news. A planned meeting between President Joe Biden's campaign manager and Arab leaders in Dearborn has been called off. The move came after community members denounced the idea because of the president's handling of the war between Israel and Hamas. Biden campaign manager Julie Chavez Rodriguez was to meet with between 10 and 15 Arab American elected officials, office holders, and representatives from large community groups. The Biden campaign did not comment on the cancellation. The head of the United Auto Workers Union says a presidential endorsement has to be earned, and that President Biden has earned his.
He stood up with us for the first time in U.S. history. We had a sitting president join striking workers on a picket line.
UAW President Shawn Fain spoke on CBS's Face the Nation just 4 days after formally endorsing Biden during the union's national convention in Washington, D.C. Fain contrasted Biden and former President Trump, saying that the current president has a history of serving and fighting for the working class. Fain said that Trump has a history of serving himself and standing for the billionaire class. The planned construction of a new Northville Downs racetrack in Plymouth Township has come to a halt. The Plymouth Township Board of Trustees ended negotiations over the planned track and other facilities on the 125-acre site at 5 Mile and Ridge Roads. Township Supervisor Kurt Heiss accused the company and their attorney of bad faith negotiations. Northville Downs wanted the township to approve the development without a community benefits agreement. Northville Downs attorney Mike Cox says the township is trying to get extra money from his client in exchange for the benefits agreement. Detroit ranks 6th in the nation in Orkin's annual Bedbug Cities list. This is the Motor City's second year in a row making it onto the top 10 list. Chicago and New York rank number 1 and 2 respectively. The rankings are based on residential and commercial treatments Orkin performed between December 1st, 2022 and November 30th, 2023. And how about some good news on this Monday morning? Frontier Airlines is announcing 2 new direct flights out of Detroit. The airline will run a route 4 times a week to Baltimore-Washington International Airport from Detroit starting on April 10th. The Denver-based carrier will also run a route 4 times a week to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport starting on April 22nd. The airline says promotional pricing will begin at $19 a flight, with upgrades and baggage adding additional fees. You're listening to Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. Your local weather is next. Now this. In Detroit today, expect cloudy skies with highs in the mid-40s. Tonight, it will remain cloudy with a chance of snow showers after midnight, lows around 30. Tomorrow, there will be snow possibly mixed with rain as highs reach the upper 30s. Tomorrow night, it will be cloudy with a chance of snow showers and lows in the mid-30s. Wednesday looks to be cloudy with highs in the lower 40s, and that remains the trend into Thursday. Today in Saginaw, it will be cloudy with highs in the lower 40s. Tonight, it will remain cloudy with a chance of snow mixed with rain and freezing rain after midnight, lows in the lower 30s. Tomorrow, rain and snow showers are likely and highs will be in the upper 30s. That could continue into the evening with lows in the lower 30s. Wednesday looks to be cloudy with highs in the lower 40s, and that remains the trend into Thursday. It is heartbreak for Detroit this morning as the Lions squandered a 17-point halftime lead over the San Francisco 49ers at Levi Stadium last night. San Francisco scored 24 points in the second half, and the Lions made one final field goal with under a minute left in the NFC Championship game. The final score was Detroit 31 and San Francisco 34. The 49ers now face the Kansas City Chiefs on February 11th in Super Bowl 58. What do you think about calling someone toxic? Dr. Ray Guarendi has some thoughts. Take a listen.
Words get overused badly, and they permeate the popular mindset very, very quickly. One of these words that has taken up residence in our lexicon is toxic. I do not like that word at all. It's a nasty-sounding word. To call somebody toxic, do you realize what you're saying? They're poisonous. One of the byproducts of running your life poorly for a long time is that you tend to lose insight into how you are running your life poorly. You tend to look other directions for an explanation to why you're running your life poorly. And where is the blame going to fall squarely upon? The parents. That's the new thing to do. That's the trendy thing to do. Blame the parents. And I found that people who are running their lives poorly, in a lot of ways, are more likely to call their parents toxic, whether they are or whether they're not. I've seen a lot of decent parents get labeled that. I've seen a lot of parents who may have had their faults and their failings, and maybe they're difficult. Maybe they're unpredictable. Maybe they're illogical. Maybe they're intrusive. Sure, you could fling a bunch of negative labels at them if you wish, but toxic? Think about what that says.
You can get advice from Dr. Ray Guarendi weekdays at 1 p.m. on Ave Maria Radio or listen on demand with the Ave Maria Radio app. In Gaudium et Spes, it says the Christian is faced with the necessity and the duty of fighting against evil through many trials and of undergoing death. But by entering into the Paschal mystery and being made like Christ in death, he will look forward, strong in hope, to the resurrection. That does it for this edition of Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Lord willing, I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.